In today's video, I cannot wait to tell you the 2 things that if you get these 2 things right, it's really going to help you make more money every month in your business. But first, I'm Jill Hope, and I help mompreneurs who have tried every strategy out there and are still struggling to get to the 6-figure mark in their business. And I do that by helping them connect with their authentic voice and infuse that into every decision they make to attract more ideal clients and make more money. And I have a brand new free gift for you. It's called the 8 mindsets that are blocking you from creating your 6-figure business. The link is down below, so just go ahead and be sure to grab that. That is hot off the presses. And if you like this video, please click the like button. Please consider sharing it. And I'd love to have you subscribe if you want to get more of these videos, and go ahead and hit the notifications button too, so that you know when I make the latest and greatest video. Okay, so let's talk about these 2 things that you want to get right. First, I want to talk about the problem that I'm seeing out there. And I see this a lot when I'm coaching people. I've caught myself doing this as well, no doubt, many times in the past, but I wasn't really aware of it. I think it was kind of a blind spot for me, and it's so important to start noticing when you're doing this so you can shift it. The issue that I'm seeing and that I'm talking about is trying to control the wrong things and not taking enough action on the right things. So what do I mean by this? Well, first, let's look at the types of things that you can't control, okay? And just notice as I'm sharing these with you, how many of these do you actually try to control in your business? The first one is how your message is received. You cannot control what someone thinks of your message. Like, that is outside of your realm of responsibility. What your job is to share the message that you are receiving. And when you get a message, when you feel something in your heart and you want to share it, that is your job. It is not your job to control how it's received. One of the mistakes I see so many women make is we try to change or conform our message so that it's more pleasing to people, so that we don't ruffle any feathers or trigger anyone. And that is a recipe for disaster. That is a recipe for you attracting the wrong people who don't want to pay you, who don't see the value in what you're doing. And you're not going to be very happy with that. It's not fulfilling to work with people that don't want to pay you or that don't see the value in what you're offering. You also can't control how much someone is willing to spend on themselves. You know, I see a lot of people get really balled up about how much they're going to charge, what their pricing strategy will be. And so many women, this is another thing we do, is we will lower our prices because we think that a particular client won't pay that price or can't pay. And so we try to compensate for that by changing our prices based on what we think someone can pay. That is not how you want to be setting your prices. You want to set your prices based on the value that you provide. If a person does not want to pay for that, that is completely within their own control, and that is not something that you are responsible for. So you are responsible for setting an appropriate price that feels aligned within you and that represents the value that you're offering. And that is all. So start letting go of changing your pricing to meet the needs and desires of other people and potential clients. You also can't control how committed a potential client is to solving their own problem. You know, a lot of times for coaches, people that are coaches, I'm a coach, you may be a coach. We get so fired up about helping our clients solve their problems. We want it so bad for them. We want to see them get over the hump. We want to see them get to the other side. And the mistake that we make is working with clients that don't want it as bad for themselves as we want it for them. We cannot want our clients' transformation more than they want it themselves. That is totally on them. And you don't want those clients. You don't want clients who aren't willing to do what it takes to solve their issue. The clients that I work with, they are 100% committed to getting a result, and they show up and they are open and they take action based on what we discuss in our sessions. And that's what you want to look for in your clients. Don't waste a lot of time and energy focusing on people who are not even committed to solving their own problems. Here's another one, and this really gets us women for some reason. Trying to control what someone else thinks about what you're doing. How many great ideas have you had that you've put on the back burner because you just feel like, oh my gosh, what are people going to say if I actually start to do this? Or what are people going to say if I put this out there? I am guilty of this. I have to admit, there are certain times when I would not post certain things on social media because I didn't know what the people that are my, friends on social media would think of me. And that held me back for a long time. You cannot control what people think of you ever. You'll never be able to control that. So we need to put that out of our minds. It's not our job to control what other people think. It's really our job, again, to be true to who we are and to what is flowing through us and to what we want to share. Another thing we can't control is whether or not someone likes us. We don't have any control. I don't have any control of who likes me and who doesn't. I can't allow that to stop me. I can't allow that to hold me back or that to keep me from voicing how I feel. If I'm afraid that someone's not going to like me if I say something, a certain thing, but I'm feeling it in my heart to say it, and I don't say it, I'm holding back from the person who really needed me to say that thing because that is what they need to hear. So we need to be focused on who we're here to serve and how we're able to serve and what our message is, and not worry about who does or doesn't like us because of it. And the last one I want to highlight here is trying to control our clients' results. Now, this can be a tough nut to swallow. I had trouble with this at first as well. I care so much about my clients getting results, but similar to the one I mentioned about a client being committed, every client is different. I have clients that get amazing, stellar results, and I have some clients that don't get great results. I'm the same coach. I'm the same person showing up. What is the difference? Well, the difference is that each individual person operates in their own way. They have their own stuff going on. They see the world from their own unique perspective, and they have different value systems. And that is not within your control. Your job is to show up 100% fully committed to your client, fully committed to giving all of what you have to offer in the achievement of their goals. But beyond that, you have no control over whether or not a client actually does achieve it. You give everything you can. You be there for your client. You show up 100% every single time, every single day, and you give it all. But at the end of the day, if a client doesn't get a result, that is not on you. They also have to do everything it takes and show up 100%. So we need to let ourselves off the hook a little bit in terms of feeling responsible for a client's results. And that also goes the other way. You're also not responsible if a client gets amazing success from your program. That's not on you either, because you're going to deliver no matter what. If a client gets success, that's their success. They achieved it. They achieved it with your help and your support, but they achieved the success. If my client gets a success, I am beyond happy for her, but I don't take credit for that. She gets all the credit. She showed up. She did the work. She listened. She was open and she took the actions, and that got her the results. So those are some of the things that you can't control that I generally see a lot of women entrepreneurs trying to control. So we want to stop doing some of those things, and we want to put our focus onto what we can control. So let's look at some of the things that you actually can control here. You can control your vision and your desired outcome. In fact, what you want is outside of the realm of anyone else's control whatsoever. You get to own what you want. You get to have that vision. That gets to be yours, and you get to create it. You absolutely do. That is 100% on you. Your core message, the core message you want to bring to clients, that is also 100% your responsibility. What is that message sitting in your heart that you really want to share with the world? How do you want to support your clients? How do you want to help your clients? Who do you want to serve? That is all 100% on you. You don't have to serve people you don't want to serve. You don't have to solve problems that you don't particularly want to solve, even if you'd be really good at it. I remember one of my coaches saying, just because you can doesn't mean you should. We get to choose things that light us up, that bring us joy, and that are in our genius zone. But we don't have to do everything that we're good at. We just need to choose what we want to do and focus on solving that problem for our ideal clients. Another thing we control is how much we charge. So on the flip side of what I was talking about what you can't control what someone thinks about your prices, but you can control what you charge. And you should never allow what you think someone else will pay for your program or your offering to alter what you actually charge. You control what you charge. Nobody else gets to decide your pricing. It's totally based upon the value that you provide, as well as the experience that you have, frankly. If you have a lot of experience helping clients successfully, that's worth more money, right? That's worth a lot more money than someone that might be new, just, coming onto the scene. I've been coaching women for 15 years. I've seen a lot of things. I've helped a lot of people through a lot of really challenging situations. Okay. There's a value to that. That is a higher value than having just gotten a certification and coming out onto the scene. So we need to stand in our value. We get to control what we charge. And if you think that there won't be clients that will pay you in a certain price range, I'm here to tell you you're wrong. Every time I've raised my rates, I always attract new clients, every single time. And I seldom lose clients that I have when I raise my prices. It rarely happens. Another thing that you are 100% in control of is your relationship with money. So this is an important one. If you are struggling at all with bringing money into your business and you're doing all the things, all the right things, there is an issue with your relationship with money. It's not the fault of the economy. It's not the fault of the potential clients that didn't say yes. It's not even the fault of your program necessarily, as long as it's a good program, right? 9 times out of 10, if you have your marketing down solid, if you have your positioning solid, if you've got people to promote to and you're not getting yeses, then there's very likely something going on with your relationship with money. Either a block around receiving, a block around what you think having money means to you. It could be something from your childhood, but it's 100% your responsibility to clean up your relationship with money if you want to make money. You can't make money if you also have negative thoughts and feelings about it. If you think people are greedy who charge money, if you think that spiritual people shouldn't charge money for their services, if you have anything like that going on, any of this martyrdom thinking around money, then you definitely want to work on that. And that is your responsibility. If you've gotten the business strategy in place that we know will help you bring in money and you're still not making the money, and that was my situation for sure, there's something inside, and it's probably due to your relationship with money. Now, another thing that we do have control of, and it's very close to looking at your relationship with money, is your relationship to yourself. Do you trust yourself? Do you believe in yourself? Do you accept that you are a worthy individual? Do you know that you're worthy just because you're here? If you have any level of a lack of self-acceptance, a lack of belief in your self-worth, a lack of belief in yourself and in your ability to create a successful business, your business is going to take a hit. There's no doubt about it, because that's going to come through in the types of decisions that you're making, in the opportunities that you're missing out on or that you're just not seeing, because your focus isn't there. You're not on the level of frequency where you're going to actually notice the opportunity. You may not have the confidence level you need to actually say what you really want to say, so you might hold back. All of these things are fully within your control to develop. And if you don't, your business can take a big hit. And the last thing I want to hit on here in terms of what you do have control of is whether or not you decide to move forward with your dreams. And I say this one because a lot of women feel like if something doesn't work in their business, no one shows up to their call or nobody buys the thing that they're offering, they'll sometimes say, oh, that must be a sign that I shouldn't be doing this business, or I shouldn't do this. No, it's not a sign. There aren't signs that tell you not to do things. If you are seeing things happen, things show up like that, it's not a sign. It's related. It's an effect related to something that you're doing, something that you're putting out. And It's either related to the strategies that you're using. Okay, so on the strategic side, it could be that. Or on the other side, it could be something in your mindset, something in your ability to accept yourself and what you're doing, something in your ability to believe in the programs that you're offering, the services that you're providing. If you are shaky in that area at all, and that's all kind of in the mindset bucket, that is going to cause shaky results. Okay, that's going to be a cause of people not showing up, people not buying, things like that. Definitely something to look at, and definitely something that is 100% within your control. And that is the good news. I was listening to a Bob Proctor recording the other day, and I've heard this before, but I had kind of forgotten it. And so it was a great reminder. He said that 5% of our results are due to strategy, and 95% of our results are due to mindset. So yes, strategy is important. If you don't have the right strategy, you will likely hold yourself back from getting the sales that you want. However, the mindset piece is so much bigger than the strategy piece. And this was my exact problem. I was doing like 95% strategy and probably 5% soul, 5% mindset, right? I had a lot of work to do on myself, and I didn't realize it for years. I literally wasted years in my business when I could have been connecting with more clients, serving more people, and making a whole lot more money. So I hope this conversation was helpful to get you thinking about, what are some of the things that I am trying to control that really are not within my control? And what are some of the things that I should take back control of that maybe I'm not really relentlessly pursuing? Because if you can get the balance of this correct, switch your focus from things that you cannot control onto the things that you can control, I guarantee you the money's going to go up. You're going to be a lot happier. You're going to be connecting with the people who really need you. And that is when you're going to fully thrive in your business. So I hope this has been helpful. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Thank you for sharing and liking and subscribing. And remember to get my brand new gift, the 8 voices that are blocking you from creating your 6-figure business. Until next time, I'm Jill Hope. Bye for now.